Good morning, guys. 24th of October, Saturday morning. A cold, miserable, shit, cloudy, overcast, rainy Melbourne day. A normal day these days. It should have been the grand final here in Melbourne, but it will be played in Brisbane tonight. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. When I say time to stand up, it's time to stand up against this horrid, despicable, vile mainstream media. They've been let off too easily. Just going to point out yesterday's protest, okay? They always come up with this. 3 police officers injured during a day of COVID lockdown protests in Melbourne. 3 police officers injured. What a lot of shit. Maybe they wouldn't be injured if they weren't there. Maybe they wouldn't be injured if they didn't attack peaceful protesters. But the news wants to highlight how poor police officers are injured. What a freaking joke. Make it out that the protesters are the thugs. I won't play any videos. I'll just scroll down here. Police have arrested 16 anti-lockdown protesters and handed out 61 fines during an hour-long standoff with hundreds. I'll get to that figure in a minute. Rallying against Victoria's Corona BS restrictions. We were told that protests were legal the night before. So why have hundreds of cops there? The Freedom Day protest started at Melbourne's Shrine of Remembrance. Blah, blah, blah. Scuffles with police erupted. Scuffles with police. No, the police ran in onto the protesters. The police started the scuffles. Don't make out that the protesters started these scuffles with police. You might have had these agent provocateurs that just happened to be there amongst the crowd. And, of course, you've got your media cameramen, and I'll get to that. Scuffles with police erupted at the shrine. AAP photographer reporting that officers used pepper spray on some demonstrators. Protesters moved on to Circular Road, went in different directions. Some clashed with police on horseback. Oh, the poor horse. Well, keep the horses away from there. Keep the horses away from there. You know, I'm sure the idiot that hit one of the horses with his flag, the end of his flag stick with the flag on it, he probably regrets doing it. We don't want to harm horses, but the horse was moving in on them. No right to stop any people crossing over the bridge to go back into the city. Police are investigating the incident where several police horses were hit. Thankfully, the horses were not injured during the assaults. See, they're trying to get the sympathy. The sympathy, make out like, oh, these anti-lockdown protesters, they're thugs. They're going around hitting horses. And the whole population will think of them as exactly that. Horrible people. A police van was damaged after being pelted by items. Yeah, right. 3 officers were injured during the protest, and 1 was taken to hospital. Oh, yeah, bullshit. What, the Royal Melbourne Hospital? The vile, despicable run Royal Melbourne Hospital, where he probably had a scratch on his little finger? Victorian Police will not accept the selfish behaviour of those who continue to breach the CHO directions. Goes on and on. Don't know what this was about. Maybe this guy's an agent provocateur. There's no need for that shit. Guarantee that was. Look at that. On the spot fucking cameraman. I'll get to the media in a second, but the other thing I want to point out here, just look at another vile media. ABC News. Police arrest demonstrators at Melbourne protest against Victoria's coronavirus lockdown. Have a look at this, will you? How they've all just circled, intimidating the protesters, the legal protesting. Intimidation. Fuck off. Get out of there. We're told we're allowed to protest. Sorry, COVID. Hundreds of protesters. Yeah, right. I'll get to that as well. Calling for an end. Police used pepper spray. It says here 96 penalties were issued. Victoria Police was extremely disappointed to yet again arrest a large number of protesters who showed a complete disregard for the safety of the broader community. None of these people are spreading any virus. Doesn't exist. We all know that. Please describe protesters as selfish. It goes into the flagpole bullshit. Look at this. Have a look at this. What's this circling bullshit? Look at that. Then you got them on a number on the outside of them as well. Then you got the freaking horses. Go get a real job, you idiots. Talk about intimidation. Oh, we're allowed to protest, but look at that shit. There we go. About 200 to 300 people. This is what the media does. There were at least 5,000 people, I was told. 200 to 300 to make out, oh yeah, they're just a small number of idiots once again. No, media, there was 5,000. You disgust me. Absolutely fucking disgust me. ABC, Channel 7, Channel 9. So what I'm saying now, guys, we have to attack the media. They have gotten off too light all these years. They are the virus. They are the virus. Look at this money shot. Unbelievable. But look, how many cops does it take to get one guy? Premier calls protesters selfish. You horrid, disgusting fucking thing. Anyway, get back to these 200 to 300. Every time now, whenever we see mainstream media, cameramen, media whores at any events, doesn't have to be a protest, anywhere, they're not wanted. Well, look at this crowd. This is when they were leaving the shrine. They went different directions. This is just one part going down, not Joys of King's Way, but look at the crowd.
Welcome to Melbourne, Australia.
200 to 300 media, really?
What we're supposed to be doing right now. It is all underway.
They're gonna block us. They're gonna block us. What are they? They took my bus.
Anyway, you can see this is just one part of it. There were at least 5,000 people there, at least.
Part of like
Here's some more footage. Show you the real crowd.
Matt.
200 to 300, really?
Oh, I know who's here. No, I know. Yeah. Okay, look at this guy.
Look at that.
It's incredible. There's people everywhere.
That's only a small part of it too. They went in different directions, like I said.
Nobody's hurting one another, just for the record. Care back. Bring mental health care back. Free Victoria. Free Victoria. Woo! Oh, sorry. And the cops keep... How many...
I'm just saying, this is what the bitch should have been. And this needs to be jumping and getting so like.
Look at this. Show them how many people are there.
Oh, on the stairs. Look at that. Look at that. Right.
Yes, Digi Warriors. Mel, nice to meet you.
There's a better shot.
Look, guys.
200 to 300, really? This is just one part of the crowd.
No,
All right.
I'm not a reporter.
You clearly can see that there's more
Mel.
than 200.
Yeah. I do a lot of stuff online, but yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's me.
there's well over 5,000 people there.
It's one of the girls from the bus thing.
The bus.
I think I've seen you on the...
So, once again, like I said, don't let the media get away with this shit. They just keep wanting to portray peaceful protesters, good people. to be the thugs in all this. It's quite the opposite. We know who the thugs are. So anyway, if you see these media whores anywhere, anytime now, give them a mouthful. Give them a mouthful. No violence. Just give them verbal violence because they are disgusting.